morning. It is the day before the Arvona car show, and I'm going to show you what I do to get the trailer ready for our show. I got my crate. Let's head over. Something that I didn't think through about bringing the dogs with me is that I already picked up the trophies. Here's all 78 trophies shoved into my Escalade. All right, we got Pepper backed out. That's the first step, getting room in the trailer. So now let's unload these trophies. All the trophies are unloaded. I got my crate. Let's set up this trailer. All right, so this is the trailer. This is where all the magic happens. And we want to make sure that everything, whenever we tow the trailer, of course, tows securely. We wouldn't want anything coming unhooked, possibly hitting Pepper. That would be devastating. So I talked to my good friend John Lenhart about how much I say so. And he said, pretend you're having a conversation with a friend and you're less likely to say filler words. I'm going to give that a go. So I'm just going to pretend I'm talking to John about how I set up for car shows. I'm sure most of you know John. He drives the whole way from Florida for my car shows. He has the Chevy truck that he named Lucky that has over 777,000 miles on it. And if you go through my car show page, you can see updates with his truck. He's a super nice guy, has a great story about the truck, and he drives it. He gets in and drives it. Very cool. Anyways, thank you, John. Here's my drawer of clipboards. And something we noticed just before we started the Huntington show was that we forgot class list on the back of the clipboard. And so some of them have class lists. I have to give a huge thank you to Alan and Dusty from Huntington because they provided us with these very last minute class lists. See, this is an old one. And every year we update our class list. And so I scratched this out with an X. I'm already saying so, John. I'm already saying it. Something I need to do is I need to update the class list on these. I don't want to waste your time with that, so I'll catch you back in a few. Had to do some rearranging. Jared needed to move the trailer. Anyways, so typically the clipboards I have done before the first show. We were sitting in Huntington and it was about 10:30 at night, the night before the show, and it came to me. I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot something huge. I don't have the class list on the clipboards. It all worked out. The class lists are now on the clipboards. We're ready to go for Arvona. What else I do to get ready? So in here, we have pre-ripped tickets because you never know whenever you're going to need tickets. We got them in here, pre-ripped, good to go. Have extra rolls just in case. In here, Rick, I have your Package Choice Award left over from last year's Janesville show. These were the metal trophies I was telling you about. So they're cut out of metal. These ones were spark plugs, obviously. Still not sure what I'm doing this year. I got my extra flyers in here. Big chunk of them if anybody needs one. And then we have our registration sheets. So this is jam-packed with registration sheets. And this is enough for all season. Don't get me wrong. Would it be amazing to have this many cars at Arvona? Absolutely. Would it be very overwhelming? Also, absolutely. It would be amazing. I would love to have a show that huge someday. I don't think I'm mentally prepared for it right now. So then in this drawer, these are on car sheets. whenever you register, you fill out the registration sheet. We hand you one of these for on your car. This is what class you're in and the number of car you are in the show, not the number of car in your class. Make sure those are all stocked up. Like I already showed you, got all of our clipboards. And this box doesn't belong in there. So this little box at registration, you will see it. So you can't see these drawers. Let me move you. So this little box, also Dave, you left your chair at Huntington. This little box typically houses our prayer cards and people's choice votes. So at registration, it's like centered on the table. That way we can grab them as we register people. And this green little box might just look like a green old beat up box, but it was one of my Pap's recipe boxes, and I think it's extra special that it goes to all of my car shows. So with that, maybe that's why it was in that drawer over there, because it doesn't fit in any of these. This top drawer is housed. We've got pens, markers, and extra markers. Going through registration, writing down all that cardstock dries out markers real fast. We have to make sure we have extras, lots of extras on hand, because you never know whenever a marker's just gonna quit on you. This is all of our office supplies. If it's a windy day, we use a ton of these binder clips. We've got to make sure we have lots of those on hand. And then we also have masking tape for any motorcycles that register. If they don't have a place to prop up their registration sheet, we allow them to tape it on there. We've got tape for that. This drawer houses our People's Choice votes and our prayer cards, and also our judging tags. How awesome are these? I have to thank our car show friend Turk. Everybody knows Turk. Gotta thank Turk for these awesome judging badges. So whenever we have our judges meeting, we go over all the rules for judging and all the classes and everything. Everyone gets a judge's badge, so people know who they are looking at their car. And we have our chairs strapped in here. Again, everything's strapped down. In here we have our display sign. Next drawer down, let me show you. There may be times I'm away from the trailer, typically during awards, and all of my other crew members, they try their best to put this trailer back together. We've all had a long day and we're all ready to go home. I'll be doing awards, I'll come back and the trailer will be ready to go, and let me show you how they know exactly where everything goes. If you don't have a label maker, I highly recommend it. This appeases me very much so. Look, we got our first aid kit. This is the display sign I just told you about. That's sitting out at registration, has our prices of everything on it. And over here, the same thing. All the drawers are labeled. This big door in the center, this is where extra things get held. Be sure to check this out. It'll be taped on the side of my trailer at the Arvona Car Show. If you have ever had anyone in your life that has needed an organ transplant, it's a tough thing to talk about. If you've never been affected by it, you're so incredibly blessed. I've had an aunt that needed a kidney transplant, and she was fortunate enough to be able to receive that. And it wasn't until my aunt went through that I realized how incredibly important organ donation is. I may be getting a little off subject here. However, there's a family that comes to our car shows. They've been coming to our shows for years. I don't know exactly how long. It's been a long time. And their child is in need of an organ transplant. And so please take the time to read this on the side of my trailer in Arvona. I do have a little quick video explaining all of that. I can post that up as well. Anyways, I will save that to be on the side of my trailer. Lysol wipes. We wipe down the tables between everything. They just get dusty, or at Huntington, everything was covered in pollen. Wipe everything down between shows. You never know whenever you're gonna need a basket, tissues, because my nose is always running. And this is our community sweatshirt. If you know Tim from Red Wolf Detailing, on the way to one of our shows last year, it was very, very chilly. He stopped and bought this. It didn't fit him. So he said, hey, this is brand new. Doesn't fit me. You want to keep it in your trailer? And thank you, Tim, because I can't tell you how many times we have worn this bright sweatshirt setting up, tearing down, it starts raining, or even chilly mornings, and here we have it draped around our legs. It has been the perfect community sweatshirt, so thank you. Our People's Choice jar, so filled with votes from Huntington. And taking this one off. My best girlfriend, Tabitha, she is my sticker maker. If you buy the die cut, if you can see that on there, if you buy the die cut stickers at my shows, Tabitha makes those as well. And she hooked me up with, unlike my homemade stickers, she hooked me up with something a little more legit. So here's my clipboard, and isn't that beautiful? People's Choice votes. That's what we got. That's what we got going on. So thank you, Tabitha. I'm gonna stick this on quick. We'll call it the pressure of the video. I messed this up quite a bit. All right, so we got our donation jar, our People's Choice votes, and the crate. And in the back of this crate, I already have my numbers list ready to go. That goes in the top part, and then our little trash can. We may mess up a registration sheet, whatever, so that goes there. And then our crate with our tissues and our community sweatshirt in there. Can't let my clipboard out. Here's the part where I go through everything we will do the morning of the show. You're currently propped up on the tables that I use. We come into the trailer, set up the tables, and you can see on this box behind me, we got our tablecloth, and that green pillow is what I use to drive Pepper, because without a pillow behind my back, I can't push the clutch and hold me. We'll come in the morning, we set up our tables, put the tablecloth on the table that goes inside, carry our black tables out to set up all the trophies on, and we set up the trailer, the table in the trailer. We got our registration sheets that we put on clipboards, and then we have the on-car sheets set out. We have our prayer cards and our People's Choice votes set there. We have our pens, our markers. I just run through the whole day in my head what we might possibly need and just check everything off, run through the event. We've got everything, we're good to go. Trailer is darn near ready for Arvona. That's how we prep the trailer for a car show. We have all of the trophies unloaded from Lucy. We have our clipboards ready to go with class lists on the back. That's always fun during registration when people come up to register and they're like, where's the class list back? Like, on the back of the clipboard. It's always a fun game that we play. We really should start keeping count. That would be fun. Eventually people will catch on. We have, so the clipboards are ready to go. We have our registration sheets, our on-car sheets, our People's Choice votes, our prayer cards. We got our donation jar ready. We have our People's Choice jar ready. We got our tables. I think we're ready to hold a car show. The weather for tomorrow is looking fantastic. Sunny and 75, which is ideal for a car show, unlike Huntington where it was so hot. And last year at Arvona, it was very, very hot and so humid. Tomorrow, the weather is looking fantastic. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow in Arvona. Thanks.